Hello and welcome to the Codex Prime podcast. We are on episode 117 and it is Tuesday, April 24th, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoayo, and with me as always is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Byrd.
What's good, everybody?
Yes, indeed. We are back again. This is the week of Avengers Infinity War. Just, let me see, 3 more days left. I am on pins and needles. My nipples are hardened with excitement.
That was unnecessary. that was too much. Too much.
I know. I do this just to gross people out, and you especially.
It works perfectly.
Absolutely. What's up, Kyle Chapman? Joining us on the group chat, aka the most diabolical hater this side of the Mississippi. Also, Eddie Ortiz joined and Jennifer Green joined. So welcome, one and all friends, to this latest episode. We've got some things to talk about. We'll be talking about our first impressions of God of War, which just dropped last Friday, as well as some other stuff we've been up to, as well as the news and headlines. Yeah, man. But I will say, like I said, Infinity War is just 3 days away, man. I can't wait for that. It's going to be... I think it's the longest ever MCU film. It's at 2 hours and 36 minutes, I believe. So I will be there first thing in the morning in theaters. I might see that twice. Although
would have known you probably would.
Oh yeah, probably definitely. Although it is stiff competition because I'm still deciding between Infinity War or the Greatest Royal Rumble. What should I do on Friday though?
Catch both. Just watch Infinity Wars at night.
Nah, I'm gonna catch it in the morning though, because I hear that the Greatest Royal Rumble is reportedly supposed to be 5 hours.
There's no need. You know what? They messed up on that one. Like they knew that Marvel had this weekend. Ain't nobody gonna watch, and nobody's watching that at 12. Nobody's gonna take the day off of work.
Nope.
To watch that. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some people.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna take the day off of work for that.
Oh no, nor should you.
Then they're encouraging kids to miss a day of school.
Mm-hmm.
Just It's like I'm understandable. I'm trying to be understanding about it because of the whole, time difference.
Yeah.
Between the countries, but they could have scheduled that way better.
Yeah, I agree. And like on the one hand, I suppose it's counter programming to Infinity War to give people options, I suppose. But I do see what you're saying. Like they should have postponed it for like a Saturday or like the next Friday after the 27th. But yeah, we'll see what goes down. I mean, it does have a pretty interesting card. With the Greatest Royal Rumble, what are some of your predictions coming away from that event?
Jinder Mahal wins the whole thing. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That'll be so awful.
Yeah.
The 50-man, I have no idea. I can maybe Braun.
Maybe.
They're gonna try to prolong the Shinsuke AJ Styles rivalry. Roman will finally win it.
Yeah, I got some words about that.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
Taker's gonna bury Rusev, hopefully softly, like Rusev tweeted.
Yep, bury me softly, brother.
That's pretty much it. I don't really just care for the rest.
Yeah, I agree. I know that all the championships will be defended.
Not all of them.
Well, not all, because apparently the women are not allowed to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. And apparently the women's revolution doesn't mean much when there's money to be made. So, marketing gimmick as it were. But with that aside, as unfortunate as that is, I do have some predictions as far as the 50-man Royal Rumble. I would probably go with Braun, or maybe like a super baby face like AJ Styles maybe. For the Universal Championship, you know what? People say Roman's going to win it, but I will not be surprised if Brock still retains.
Then I'm like, then what's next?
Yeah, that is a question. Like, what would be next for Roman? Like, I mean, the most logical thing would for be him to turn heel at that point. And then that's like good storytelling right there because there's a reason.
Yeah. Shout out to Lou Fabrizio watching too. We met at SmackDown last week.
Oh, nice.
And along with a few other members of the Wrestling Fantasy Warfare group. I was trying to get everybody who was there together for a picture. But it was pretty impossible.
Yeah, because everyone was all like scattered.
Yeah, everybody was scattered around, and not everybody was gonna stay for not everybody stayed for 205 Live. I did.
Oh yeah, right on.
But like, we'll try. It was kind of a last minute thing. Like I'm just on my way to the Civic Center. I still call it the Providence Civic Center. I'll never call it the Dunkin' Donuts.
The Dunk.
I'll never call it that. And I'm sitting there just on my way, and I'm like, let's see you. I'm like, yo, let's all try to get together beforehand and all that. But it didn't really work out. But
yeah, and it seemed like you had a pretty good seat too for last minute.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I was still maybe able to catch everything. I was still able to see the screen. That's usually my biggest thing. I want to see the screen.
Yeah,
like because I get the full effect. The full experience when I'm seeing the screen.
Yeah. And so, like, you definitely enjoyed the SmackDown Live.
It was cool. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was good to go again. I did have a complaint though. I wanted to get the Usos down since day one-ish.
Yep.
I almost said day one is H. I wanted to get it, but they didn't have it. They did not. Yeah, their like merchandise was like very limited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had like AJ Styles, Shinsuke, Daniel Bryan, a few other trinkets here or there, but not a lot.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, but overall, you definitely enjoyed the live experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said that was your first show in a few years.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, wow, nice.
Nick Thomas, what up?
Yeah, and Kevin Lima just left a comment on the group chat. He said that Brian Alvarez said that the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio says that Jinder Mahal and The Miz could win their matches at the event, which would switch the titles between brands, as Mahal is set to face Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title, while The Miz will be against Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor in a ladder match for the IC title.
I'm cool with The Miz winning. Damn, Jinder, though.
Yeah, Jinder, he's still trash. He's still trash.
He's awful.
Yeah, but they need mid-card heels, man.
The thing is like because he sucks so bad, and it's like he's using that as an advantage, and he's actually becoming an effective heel. Like he gets booed so hard that whoever beats him actually does get over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like the Eva Marie effect. It's like when you're so horrible, your opponent is the absolute babyface by default.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
respect the Maharaja.
Nah, no respect for the Maharaja.
Shout out to Vilna watching too.
Ah, nice, right on. And of course, the super villain himself, John Haponic, has joined us.
Ah, damn.
Oh man. Now you know what, John Haponic. This is my prediction for John's review of Infinity War.
He's gonna hate it.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3-hour light show, way too long. It wasn't better than Justice League. Thumbs down. It was boring. That's his review.
But he basically described Justice League, except that it was too dark with a hint of orange.
True. Yeah. And Kyle Chapman says in reference to Roman Reigns, they'll love him overseas in Saudi Arabia. He'll get the loudest reaction. Well, I mean, considering what happened on Raw with the allegedly planted fans in the crowd, which the camera saw fit to focus on for like 10 times during that Brock segment.
I was at work, so I didn't pay too much attention. I probably should have looked. I saw everybody on the thread like talking about it, so I should have looked back at it.
Yeah, I did watch that segment, and I did notice it too. It was like, I don't know, these fans, like the way the camera kept cutting back to them, and it was like.
Oh, he said gender, not Roman.
Not gender. Oh, Roman. Oh, okay. Because obviously gender's better than Roman, I guess. Nah, I wouldn't go that far. Nah,
that's mean.
Yeah,
that's mean.
Yeah, that's too salty. Too salty. Kyle insists that those fans were not plants. Although I don't know. I mean, WWE is trying really hard to still push the babyface narrative.
Yo, guys, Avengers will be better than the Venom garbage. We'll talk on that later.
Yeah, we will.
We'll talk on that later.
But yeah. What else you been up to, man?
Oh, so what I've been up to? All right. Yeah. Well, so my girl hit me again on the nostalgia tip with the old Sega games, and she knew that this is one of my favorite Sega games of all time, and somehow, some way, she got it.
Okay.
It was The Lion King for Sega.
Nice.
She got it, so I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can still do it. Mm-hmm. Took a little longer, but I can still beat it. Like all my memory, I haven't played this game in like 20-something years, and this is like really roomy. I'm having technical difficulties with my laptop, so I have like a lot of elbow space all of a sudden.
You do, man.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Thomas. Was good, man. So like, I'm sitting there playing, and I'm just like, I still feel a bit rusty, but I was like, yeah. But then like, probably after 2 minutes, I was like back into the groove again. Oh, like wow. I still remembered how to beat like all the levels except for Simba's Return, where you're going through like you have to go through a specific order of tunnels and fight hyenas in order to pass the level.
Yeah.
And I did it with with that exception, like I did it with ease.
Nice.
So I mean, that was dope. It wasn't like 20 minutes. Maybe about a good half hour.
Okay. Yeah, so
and I kept dying because I'm like there's hyenas in those, in that. Yeah, it's like riding a bike.
Oh yeah, it's like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I still had that, I had that nostalgia feel as I was a kid. Like the only thing was missing was that my cousin Kamisha, shout out to her, was like not right there, like sitting, or my sisters were sitting there like watching me. Beat it. And not to mention, like, I don't know, I lost my damn train of thought.
Like they're not begging you, like, can I play? It's my turn. Give me the controller.
No, they wouldn't really like that.
Oh, nice.
No, they really wasn't.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because fortunately, I've never had that problem. So
yeah. But she also bought like a lot of other games. Oh yeah, I sent a Snapchat to my sisters and them saying, "Hey, look what I can still beat." And it was The Lion King. They're like, oh my, yeah. My youngest sister Felicia was like, oh my God, I want to play. I'm like, okay, eventually you make it. You'll make it over to the house or whatever, or bring the Sega system over there.
Nice.
But yeah, so it was cool. She also ended up getting me Aladdin.
All right.
And Jordan versus Byrd for Sega. I haven't had a chance to put that in because what we're going to be talking about later on, which is basically right there.
Yep.
What else? I beat the Batman Telltale game.
Oh, good.
One thing I have to say about Telltale games, like their writing is amazing.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Depending on it doesn't matter, like, because the Telltale games are games I compare to like those old school choose your own adventure books.
Yeah.
Like every decision you make determines like the outcome of the game.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So it's like, so that means the main focus is story. Mm-hmm. And the writing's like very good. So nice. I mean, was it worth the money that I spent? Yes.
Okay.
It was a free download, but yeah. So it shows that the basis of the story is Harvey Dent is running for mayor, and the children of Arkham reemerge, and they bring out some old dirt on Thomas Wayne, which is Bruce Wayne's father, about what he used to do to Arkham patients. And it's up to Batman and Bruce Wayne to actually try to clean up his name and to stop the children of Arkham from actually like comparing to basically destroying Gotham.
Okay. Nice.
And some other twists and turns to other, characters pop up as well. So, yeah, I actually recommend, it's not a free download anymore.
No.
But I think you can probably get it for cheap.
Okay. Like under $20?
Definitely that.
Okay.
Definitely that. I'll tell you one thing I did get for under $20.
What was that?
The Last of Us remastered for $8.
Right on. Yes. It's a modern classic.
I was getting into it, but of course I live with a 3-year-old. The game was too scary.
She'll be all right.
First of all, yeah, it was like the first 5 minutes of the game, and I'm like, she'll be all right. Just, don't pay attention. Go to your room or something. She wanted to watch me play.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, and then, of course, Jen gets, can you play something that's not, I'm like, that's not too scary for her. I'm like, y'all just need to stop. So I had to shut it off, and then I haven't played it since. Why? Because God of War came out.
Yes, that's right. It's the truth right here.
Also, what I got for free was a couple of games, actually. I started playing Bloodborne.
Yes. Love that game. My favorite game of 2015.
Got like 2 minutes out of it, and then the same thing. Mm-hmm. So, and then also because I got in touch with my cousin, shout out to Casual Pluto. You can catch him on YouTube and Twitch.
Yep.
And he's going to be posting up some videos on our page as well. So, I downloaded Fortnite.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to play it. I wanted to see what's all, what's all the hubbub about.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out.
So
eventually,
Fortnite, isn't that like another Overwatch?
Something like that, but it's like all battle royal. So I think it's like
Battle
every
royale.
man for themselves or something.
Okay, so that's like Player Unknown's Battlegrounds.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said, I haven't even had a chance to play it. Like my cousin's like, "Oh my god, you should download Fortnite. You should download Fortnite. You should download Fortnite." Fine. It's like, all right, I'll do it just to. I'm like, I don't know if I had that much memory. It's only 11 gigabytes, mate. It's doing it not fit. And we don't really play with each other, so I'm like, you know what? I'll play it. I'll download it for the sake of playing with him.
Okay. All right, cool.
And he says it's like Hunger Games.
Oh.
And, we're getting a lot of stuff. We're getting a lot of stuff. Like the Venom movie is a DC flick. It did look a bit dark in the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll get to that in a second.
I'm not expecting Venom to be all sunshine lollipops or whatever, but like,
well, it is R-rated.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah. So they're asking. So John is asking if we're on the Fortnite train. I'm not. Says it's like Hunger Games, like a cartoon version of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
And he said, man, get PUBG. What's the name of the game?
Oh, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So PUBG for short.
Oh, okay. I've seen people mention that, and I just never thought about it. So I'll try.
Yeah.
Same as PUBG. Only Fortnite is a lame ass cartoon version. Oh man. So J. Cole's album.
Oh yes. KOD.
Dope.
Yep.
Dope. I still say that Forest Hills Drive was his best album.
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean that's a good choice. I was gonna say like For Your Eyes Only is my personal favorite.
Really?
Yeah, something about it that I like.
Short.
Like it's short, but it's like the most I guess mature of his albums. Plus, it's like solid.
Yeah, well, this is only 12 songs, and some of the songs I did like was "Photograph" was good, "The Cutoff," "Brackets" was a really good one.
Yeah, it was.
And 1985, the intro to the Fall Off.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my favorite tracks on it, but yeah, I definitely recommend you guys go on Spotify and listen to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you, Vilna. Thank you for the nice beard comment.
Man, you need to line that shit up.
I don't even feel like shaving, so that's why.
No,
that's the
don't
only
gas
reason.
him up. Don't.
No,
Why'd you have to gas
right.
him up, Vilna?
Hey, it's all right. The beard's getting popular. I'm gonna do a Daniel Bryan.
Don't you dare do that.
Oh yeah,
Don't you dare do that.
the beard is here. Yes.
I give it 2 weeks. You're gonna get sick and tired of it.
Well, if the weather gets hot enough, I'll probably be like,
It definitely will. Well, it was actually nice today.
It was. Yeah, no snow, which is amazing for New England weather at this time of year.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Also, something that we can probably talk about together is the Andre the Giant documentary that came out.
Yeah, on HBO. Absolutely. That was
That
fantastic.
shit was phenomenal.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was fantastic. It was only 90 minutes long. But
Yeah, so I know I've heard some like complainers. Basically, you can barely grow a beard. I'm okay. Hey, listen, yeah, I can't grow a beard. I grow patches. These are patches. I'm actually gonna get it done this week. I like my clean baby face. I own it.
All right.
But
But yeah, Andre the Giant, man, that was a great documentary, and
Yeah.
I learned quite a bit.
yeah, for one thing too, like I heard like a lot of people were just complaining like they felt like they didn't show enough. Like, cause he's had over like thousands of matches and stuff, and they didn't really show enough. But I'm like, listen, it's only an hour and a half. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna skip some parts,
Yeah, and like in the documentary, I thought it was really comprehensive. Like it gave me like just enough details about his life and his in-ring career.
And it was really like he lived a rough life, even when he was famous.
Yeah. Like it was like I think that was for me that was the first time I ever saw him like young, like and slim. Like I was just like, "Dang, he looked so young back then."
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dude was a grown man by 15, though. Like, he just had a crazy growth spurt.
yeah, because of the
Acromegalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a disease that I think you just always have, and you have to get a surgery done,
Yep.
or else, like, you wouldn't last long. 'Cause
Yeah.
the same thing happened with the Big Show was, like, very open about it. But he had the surgery, so that's why he's over 40.
Yeah. And yeah, and I heard that Andre the Giant, he chose not to have the surgery because he said that he was concerned about how it would affect his in-ring career, which I was like, that's pretty sad, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and also he was like, God made me this way. I'm a giant. That's why I'm. So it's like he accepted it, but it was just like rough, like because it's like because he was so big, like he just had to be on like all the time.
Yeah, like
He just couldn't escape. He couldn't escape it no matter what, and he just wasn't comfortable.
yeah, and like that's why he would drink so much. And,
Yeah.
like huge servings of wine.
Yeah,
at
I think
a time.
I think the rec they were saying that he drank 157 beers in one sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think Ric Flair said that.
Yeah, he owns a record here in Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the Nordic Lodge in Charleston. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was like 12 steaks and 15 lobsters.
Holy shit!
Like he ate all that in one sitting. Like he used to be. They said that he was just the type to where it's like, you would just tell Andre, "Hey, I bet you can't eat that many steaks." Okay, boss, and he would just eat it. He would just eat it.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, and plus, I had no idea that he was so close with the former referee Tim White.
Yeah.
Like he was his handler.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I actually, like years ago before he sold it, I went up to the Friendly Tap in Cumberland.
Yep.
So you see, I mean, I wish it was still the way, I wish he didn't sell it because it's still like, he had like all these pictures of just like everybody. Mm-hmm. Like you name it, everybody. Even pictures of when the APA destroyed the motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The few times they did that, but yeah, and he would actually like sit down, and I actually managed to meet Tim White, very friendly guy, and he was open to people, tell stories and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really wish that place was open the way it was.
Yeah.
Just so like you would be able to see all that wrestling history. Like there's a picture of Tim White and Andre sitting on these two like huge chairs. It was normal for Andre, but it was like huge in Tim White. Like Tim White couldn't even like his feet was dangling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah. And also too, like I liked how the documentary touched on the making of The Princess Bride, which was Andre's most famous movie role.
Right.
And the part that shocked me was where Robin Wright was explaining the scene where she jumped in his arms, but Andre was in such pain that like they actually had to lower Robin Wright on cables like very gently in his arms, because like normally you expect a guy like of Andre's size to like grab her no problem, just like ploop, like fall right into his arms no problem. But he was in such pain that he needed her to like be lowered on cables. I was like, man, yeah, he was in rough shape like the last few years of his life too.
Yeah, I think there's a YouTube video of him like I think it was like his last WWE or WCW like appearance, and he was just on crutches.
Yeah, I saw that too. And I heard that like I think one of his final matches, I think it's on YouTube. It wasn't in the documentary, but I heard about this where it was like a tag team match he was in Japan. Mm-hmm. It was like where like he mostly stayed in the corner because he could barely stand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
Let me see. Jonathan says, wasn't there a rumor about him flipping a drunken trio's car in Canada? I think that is true. They was also saying too is like people have heard so many things about Andre, and you just because like he had like this larger than life persona. Mm-hmm. Like you just believed it. Like he had an extra row of teeth. And,
Oh yeah, like a shark.
yeah, so it's like they would just say all types of like crazy shit, and he would just, probably is true.
Yeah, in fact, like the director of the documentary said that like that was the hardest part about the documentary was like sifting through all the exaggerations versus the truth.
Yeah,
Like that was like because there were so many tall tales told over the years.
exactly. What was sad too is like he died when he was going to see like.
Oh yeah, his father's funeral.
Yeah.
I think he died like a few days after.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he flew back to France. Yeah.
And it was cool that they got a hold of like his brothers.
Yeah, his brothers, yep, and his daughter too.
Yeah, his daughter still is around here. She's not like I've seen a picture of his daughter before, and I remember like Hard Copy did a story about her like years ago.
Oh, Hard Copy. That's like 90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
man.
either Hard Copy Hard Copy did Andre's daughter, and then there's another clip where A Current Affair they did the Von Erich story.
Oh, okay.
Which is one of my. It's a sad story, but it was one of my like favorite like wrestling stories too.
Oh yeah.
The Von Erich family.
Yeah.
But damn, I forgot. She's okay with like participating in like documentaries and stuff and letting people use their likenesses because she's the sole beneficiary to his estate.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
So like she's just not into it. Hey, Mama Denise.
Nice. Welcome.
So, but yeah, I like urge anybody to download HBO now and watch it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Andre the Giant documentary came out just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
the Tuesday after WrestleMania.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, April 10th. So yeah, it's an excellent documentary. If you haven't seen it, like you'll learn a lot about the man, and also you'll learn about probably like Andre's most defining moment in his career at WrestleMania 3, his match against Hogan at
He was in pain then.
the Pontiac Silverdome, which unfortunately no longer exists, which kind of breaks my heart when you think about it. But yeah, check it out. It's an excellent documentary.
But other than that, that's all I've been up to. What's up with you?
What's up with me? Before playing God of War, I had the chance to finish the video game Prey, which came out last year. And Prey is a pretty remarkable title. It's a first-person shooter in the vein of like System Shock and BioShock, and it takes place on this space station. And you play this scientist named Morgan Yu. And why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm actually surprised that you played a first-person shooter.
I got plenty of first-person shooters.
What, Doom and that's it?
Doom, BioShock, GoldenEye. I'm going back a few years.
You still got your GoldenEye?
Somewhere in the basement, but my N64 doesn't work
in your
anymore.
basement.
You just step over the human remains, you'll be fine. But anyway, but yeah, Prey. It's an excellent game, and you play as this scientist named Morgan Yu who wakes up in this space station and he has total amnesia. He has no memory of what's been going on. Mm-hmm. It turns out that he's been living in this simulated reality where he thinks he's been waking up in this apartment and going to work. And then when he shatters the window of his apartment, he realizes that it's in the middle of this elaborate laboratory. And then from there, he instantly learns that there's been a huge outbreak on this space station named the Talos One. And then there's this outbreak of this deadly alien organism called the Typhon. And the Typhon, what they do is they actually mimic objects and human beings. So and they're fast as all hell. So if you're slow or if you're unarmed or poorly armed, then you're pretty much done. You're screwed.
Yep, sounds like me.
Yeah. So throughout the game, you're trying to figure out like the mystery behind the outbreak of the Typhon and the mystery behind Morgan's memories and why he's there. And it's an excellent open-ended first-person shooter. What's cool about it is that there's everywhere you go, like you can take many different approaches to the same areas. Like you can go complete stealth, or you can go guns a-blazing if you upgrade your skill set enough. Like you can upgrade like your health and your stamina, as well as like hacking abilities or repair abilities, which are very important in this game. You have this weapon called the glue gun, which shoots like these big, like foam, like hardened foam, like mounds where you can actually attach to walls, so you can climb up the sides of walls to like open up different paths. Like I said, it's a terrific open-ended first-person shooter, and like there's so many ways you can go about the game. The ending, which I won't spoil at all, it was definitely a mind-blowing to say the least.
The mind fuck.
It is.
Okay.
It was completely mind-blowing, and I was like, damn, okay, all right. And like, and when you play through the game, when you look at the different audio logs and the video logs, like you definitely can piece together what the ultimate outcome will be. But even then, it's like, dang, this was completely original. This was really creative. So, yeah, I do recommend people checking out Prey, because it's definitely an awesome game. It's from Arcane Studios. You can get it for $20 or less. I got this on Black Friday when Bethesda had their sale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was the game I was playing right after Final Fantasy 15, and man, it's a pretty robust game. It's about 15-20 hours.
You can get it for $20 now.
Yeah.
Or you have to catch a sale.
Oh, now you can get it now for $20.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh yeah, I get it. It's definitely it's a great game, and also
I'm on a roll with catching like cheap video games right now.
yeah, and yes, Eddie, Prey does feature a golden gun in the game.
Oh, looks like he already has it then.
Yeah, well, I think he's referencing GoldenEye, but
okay.
but yeah, check out Prey. It's a dope game.
I think Duke Nukem 3D is the GOAT.
Duke Nukem, nah.
GoldenEye was where it's at when it comes. To me, that was the original first-person shooter. Like that was like,
I would say
that was like the Michael Jackson of first-person shooters. Like it just set the bar.
I agree. Yeah, it definitely set the bar. Although like gameplay-wise, it does not hold up at all. If you play GoldenEye today, like it's clumsy, it's clunky, like it's unplayable. You can't get into the controls. But yeah, man.
Every time I hear you say something like that, like, oh, it doesn't hold up at all. When you say something like, whenever you say most likely your unpopular opinions, like say this, and you're like, oh, it doesn't hold up. Fight me. Like,
yeah, fight me. Like people can disagree with me. Like GoldenEye doesn't hold up today. I'm sorry.
Yep, I think I may just have a new like segment on our social medias and just have you post something unpopular and be like, yo, change my mind.
Oh yeah, that was like some.
It was a meme. It was a meme. And I just thought about it. Like I saw it when it just said like, oh, what was it? Pop-Tarts are just ravioli pastries. Changed my mind.
That's an oversimplification, I think. but yeah,
they kind of are though.
But raviolis are thicker though; they're not as flat.
Yeah, but it is the same concept.
Same concept, yeah, but it's not the same thing, But yeah, John Haponic said that Star Wars Dark Forces was his favorite first-person shooter, better than GoldenEye, and it still holds up. And to a certain degree, it does. And Eddie says Doom set the bar, but GoldenEye raised the bar. Yeah, very, very astute. So yeah, besides that, I've been
watching. Right. Yeah, I can't disagree. Thinking about it, he's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Besides that, I've been watching some older films. As part of my little film watching project, watching old movies and trying to make top 10 lists from years past.
What year are you on now?
1970.
I can't even think of it. Does that explain the Franco Zeffirelli Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, actually, a big shout out to John Haponic. Like him and his wife were actually clearing out some old Blu-ray, some old DVDs and books. So I asked him, "Hey, send me Romeo and Juliet." So he did. So he sent me that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm like, cool, right on. It's a good movie.
I watched it in 8th grade because I was in the play.
Mm-hmm.
So do you
remember what role you played?
Well, the way we did it was it was Romeo and Juliet, but in 3 different time zones. So they did the Franco Zeffirelli, which took place in the 1500s. Mm-hmm. Then he had West Side Story, which took place in the 50s.
Yep.
And then they did the Baz Luhrmann. Baz Luhrmann, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that version with Leonardo DiCaprio that was in 96.
Okay.
I was in West Side Story and I played Chino. I got to kill freaking Tony at the end. Obviously, we couldn't use guns, so I stabbed him instead.
Yeah, knives are okay. Guns are a little too much. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my role.
Nice.
I got to kill somebody. Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you would like that, you monster. But yeah, I've been watching some...
Wait, whoa. Mr. I love movies with terminal cancer.
That's
Mr. I want to see the eyes of... I want to see the souls of children destroyed when Infinity Wars comes out.
Well, I said I want to...
I'm heartless?
No, I said I want to see tears in the eyes of children.
Why do you want to see pain in children's eyes?
Because I want a Marvel Cinematic Universe film to have some actual pathos and drama and pain behind it. This is the 19th MCU film that's coming out, and we're seeing some real stakes.
It's hard as fuck to get tickets right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I bet it is. I'm gonna still go on Friday though.
Oh, I'm determined to go this weekend.
I'm going in the morning, so I'm good.
Yeah, people got work.
Yeah, that's cool. That's why I'm going. But yeah, like I've been watching some older films like from the 70s. Like the last movie I watched was Sounder. You ever seen that? Nope. It's a really good movie. You can actually watch the whole movie on YouTube, and it's in good quality.
Really?
Yeah, that's with Paul Winfield and Cicely Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a classic, very underrated black film. It's really good, great cinematography.
Blaxploitation film?
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not a blaxploitation film. It's actually based on a famous novel.
Do you like blaxploitation films?
Some. I love Shaft and Foxy Brown. Those are two of my favorites.
You know, obviously he has the poster hanging up.
Yeah, Superfly was boring as hell.
You see the trailer for the remake?
I didn't see the trailer.
They're doing a remake.
Oh my god!
I think Hype Williams is directing it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I haven't heard his name in a long time.
Did you like Belly?
Nah. I like the soundtrack, but I didn't like the movie because none of them could.
Was cool. The movie was cool. It was
like visually it was.
Let me guess. That beginning scene when they're walking through the nightclub.
Yeah, with the contact lenses going dark.
And
yeah.
how do you want it?
Yeah, I mean, visually it was good, but the movie itself was just like Nas, bless him, one of the greatest rappers of all time. He can't act.
Oh no, none of them got that. I think that was just the gimmick of the movie. I think if the movie was actually had like legit actors, then it would be much better.
Oh yeah.
So having rappers act in it was just a gimmick to it. Yeah,
that's true. Plus, I heard they made a sequel, Belly 2.
Oh, yeah, with the game that nobody acknowledges.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, just watching some old school films. Like I said, Sounder, which is one on YouTube you can check out, which I do recommend. It's an underrated black classic. Let's see, I've rewatched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay.
The Jack Nicholson. Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino, one of my all-time favorites.
He needs to act again.
Actually, he's in Al Pacino.
Yeah.
He's actually in a new HBO movie based on Joe Paterno. Yeah, he plays. Yeah, that.
I
dude.
shouldn't laugh at that.
Yeah, he plays that dude.
But, well, you know what it is, because when the whole Joe Paterno Jerry Sandusky scandal was going around, yeah, of course, I was hanging with my little cousins. They knew what was going on, so like we was talking about it and all that. So we're just like, I was telling him like, yo, Joe Paterno, he could have got years and stuff. Just because like he knew about it, which made him an accomplice.
Yep.
But I was like, but you know what? He did the smartest thing in the world. He died, and we all just had like a big laugh about that.
Yeah, that is true, man. Hey, death is the best way to avoid that kind of awful crime. Shit. These people. But anyway, besides that, getting off that horrible subject,
please.
let's talk about something more positive. Let's talk about God of War. Our first impressions of this beautiful game.
Man, that you took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah. And
first off, I know you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I do want to go. I do want to go into a little Facebook status that you posted.
Okay.
Well,
yes.
It was a Twitter. It was a tweet
Yeah.
I don't know why I still have your notifications on. I still have your tweets on alert.
Okay.
I don't know why I still do, but whatever. Yep. So, if you can remember, what was the stat? What was the tweet that you put out?
In frustration, I tweeted that I was all set to order God of War off Amazon, but it was nowhere to be found. And I said, what kind of foolery is this? I said, give me Kratos for that 20% Prime discount, or give me time to go to Best Buy, which I eventually did.
I should have told you to pull it up.
No, that's what I said.
So Jen was like, well, you should have got pre-ordered it at GameStop and all that. And of course, you pulled the Daniel Bryan going, no. So of course, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get in on this slander. I'm on my way to pick up my guaranteed copy right now because I see nothing wrong with pre-ordering. Like, it's there. It's safe. You ain't got to worry about nobody taking your copy or anything. Just go and grab it. So I did. And then Aris chimed in or whatever, like, yo, man, something like that. You got to pre-order like ahead of time. Yada yada. I'm literally only paraphrasing it because I don't have it up right now.
He said I made a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Because up until last week, with brand new games,
excuse me,
on the PS4 on Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, in the first 2 weeks of a release of a game, you can actually purchase a game off Amazon with Amazon Prime for 20% off the list price. So games that are $59.99 would be $47.99. So you save a good fair amount of change.
Yeah.
And I was all set to do that, but all of a sudden, Amazon actually took off God of War completely from their selections. Completely. Like, the only thing that you could buy was the collector's edition for $125, and ain't nobody have time for that or the money. So it wasn't until on the release day, last Friday, that they put God of War back, but minus the Prime discount. So you could still buy God of War off Amazon now, but you won't get that 20% Amazon Prime discount, even if you're a member.
Yeah, so you said that is because Amazon and Sony are having some type of beef or whatever?
Yeah, I think I don't know what the specifics are, but apparently, like, Sony's PlayStation division and Amazon have some kind of like beef going on to where now they've taken off pre-orders for Detroit Become Human and Spider-Man. Both, like, Detroit Become Human is coming out next month, and I think
25th.
And I think Spider-Man is coming out June or July. But now you can't pre-order those games. But from what I understand, they've actually put those games back on.
It was I thought Spider-Man was September.
Was it September? Okay,
September.
That could be it. But apparently, I think they've put back Detroit and Spider-Man back on their site. But I think you can't get the 20% Prime discount at all for not only those games but any upcoming Sony release. So it sucks that I'm not able to take advantage of that 20% Prime discount on brand new games off Amazon anymore. Because that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Because that forces me to go to Best Buy and buy it for $60, like the rest of the common folk.
Oh, stop.
But yeah,
is the game worth it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, don't even go there. Just be like, you know what? Shit's still worth it. Because man, let me tell you, I'm probably like, because sometimes you gotta do stuff that the girlfriend wants to do.
True.
So I'm probably only like 10 minutes in. But Jesus Christ, that fight with the stranger in the beginning, the one who looks like Alistair Black, who, by the way, tweeted and acknowledged it.
Oh yeah, he did.
When somebody tweeted him and say, "Hey, I didn't know you. Congratulations! I didn't know you was in
God of War."
God of War, and he said, I had some time in between Far Cry and NXT. I was like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I had to post that up.
Yeah, that was funny.
Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked will get you 20% off new games.
Dang.
There you go.
Okay. Well, thank you for that tip, Nick Lowry. I will definitely consult Best Buy for that.
Or you can go to Walmart and buy it for $59.99.
Nah, Walmart's for unwashed folk. I don't go there. Come on, man. Do you still go to Walmart?
Why not?
Walmart. There's a reason
Let me tell
why.
you something. If you live on your own, Walmart is your best friend. All them damn nerd shirts I get, most of them are from Walmart.
Okay.
For $5 a pop instead of going to like FIE for 20.
What about Target though?
Target's like 7, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see, Target is respectable. Walmart is.
Let me tell you something. Target is just Walmart painted in red, and they just put them in the suburbs.
But hold on, there's a reason why the people of Walmart website exists, not people of Target. Think about it. But yeah, what were you saying?
But no, okay. I'm gonna call him. He doesn't have a name. He's a stranger, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Alistair Black.
Yeah,
And at first he did look like Enzo too.
he kind of did actually.
Yeah, look, that's why I sent you the text. I'm like, I found Enzo. Yo, that fight was so fucking hard, and I'm playing the difficulty on normal. Mm-hmm. But it was so freaking hard because you think like you got him, and he comes back for more at full health.
Yeah, and he's like throwing you through trees, through cliffs, through walls, like all over the place, like a DBZ episode.
Facts. Yes.
No one shops at. Come on, I shop at. You have friends and family that shop at Target, guaranteed.
I honestly don't give a shit. Wherever I can like buy shit, that's where I'm going. I don't care if it's Walmart. I don't care if it's Target. If it's there, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, but the thing about Walmart smells like Subway sandwiches and dirty ass. Or at least when you walk in.
No, yeah, because the Subway's like right there.
Yeah. Then again, Subway and dirty. That's actually redundant when you think about it. But yeah, that fight was crazy. And like,
Shout out to my cousin Mary. She's like, yeah, I love Walmart. Let me tell you, Walmart's convenient as hell.
all right, just don't end up on that website, people of Walmart.
I come with clothes on. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but yeah, that fight was bananas. I remember like when I first fought the stranger, like I actually died twice because
I
like
died a couple of times.
yeah, because like the key is to use your axe because I just like stuck with my fist the first time, so I just used my axe against him, and every time like he'd come in for that power punch, I would block with my shield,
Right.
parry him.
Right, but it was just like, Jesus Christ, like, yo, you get frustrated, but it's like, the fight was still so well put together.
Yeah, it was
Like, in a way, it's like I was okay with dying just so I could keep fighting it.
yeah, true. Yeah, and also like and also even beyond the fight, you notice that the whole game, like from the very start, is like one long take. Like,
Yeah, it just continued. Well, yeah, I kind of got that.
yeah,
In a way,
Yeah,
Uncharted.
not really Uncharted because Uncharted has traditional cutscenes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like even then, still like they kind of just slip into them.
yeah, like at the end of cutscenes, like they'll slip right back into gameplay.
Yeah.
but with God of War, it's like the gameplay slips right into the.
It's just much
dramatic
more
scene.
cleaner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like there's no cuts, and I like that's a technical feat considering how big the world is from what I see.
dude. And like I said, I mean, I hope it's not Horizon Zero Dawn long.
I hear it's actually pretty lengthy, like 25 hours.
Listen, that's a lot because I'm
Yeah.
I'm trying to beat this in time for Detroit Become Human.
Oh, you got time. I think Detroit Become Human
May
comes out-
25th.
Yeah, 25th. You got time.
Yeah, but that means I have to like do absolutely nothing else but play that game.
You'll be all right.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah,
This ain't no 4 in February. I'm so glad I didn't choose that game for 4 in February.
yeah. But yeah, man, just like the graphics alone,
Sick.
and this is saying something. This is some of the best graphics I've seen on the PS4, and we've seen Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Uncharted 4 with the Madagascar scene was beautiful too.
Yeah, yo, like the PS4's graphical prowess is like unparalleled, and like this seeing the detail even in 1080p. So even if you don't have the PS4 Pro, like you get enough juice, you get so much meat on the bone.
Oh God, just imagine on that in 4K. I would freaking. I mean, I wish Iris was watching right now, so you can chime in and say, "Yo, Yo, somebody with a 4K TV and a PS4 Pro, just tell me, like, how is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine it's like eye-popping.
Yeah.
Even more so than it already is. But yeah, we will definitely have more to say about God of War.
One thing is, too, no knock against Christopher Judge. Mm-hmm. I really wish Kyle Barker, TC Carson was still doing the voice.
Yeah. TC Carson, man, he played the hell out of Kratos in the first 5 games actually, because there were 2 for the PS Vita,
Excuse me,
PlayStation Portable rather. And I get why they went with Christopher Judge, a different voice actor, because it's a different Kratos.
Yeah.
And Christopher Judge, man, just from the little that we've heard of him, like he's just imposing, just like. His voice alone is like, boy, you could tell. Like
he needs silence.
He's like every stern black father rolled into one with that voice. Boy,
yeah. Oh God, I literally thought my grandfather was in the room.
Yeah, it's
like whenever he said "boy," I'm like, oh shit. Like,
is he here? Better straighten up, man.
Yo, for real.
Pull your pants up.
I don't sag my pants.
Oh man. But
oh my God, I urge anybody who is anybody to get this game.
Absolutely. Like if you own a PS4, get this game.
I say get a damn PS4 just for this game.
Yeah. In fact, there's a bundle that comes with with God of War 4. And also what's great is that you don't even have to play the original games to get into this one.
You don't, because I never have. I played like a demo of like 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 2.
Yeah, like the original games, it's a much different Kratos. He's a complete like murderous dickhead with little redeeming value. So the Kratos here is much different than that.
Yeah, because you actually feel because he's a father now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And not to mention, was his wife like mentioned in any of the previous games?
Yeah. Well, in the first game, like he had a wife and daughter, but they were murdered. Well, he was tricked into murdering them by the original God of War Ares.
No, they need to like do a Kratos collection, like how Uncharted did the Nathan Drake collection with the previous ones.
Yeah,
they need to do that for God of War because I will get that.
They actually do have the collection for the PS3. I think it's a bit hard to find, but it's still you can still find it like $25 or something.
I have a PS3 though.
Really?
PlayStation. No, I traded my PlayStation 3 in when I got my PlayStation 4.
Yeah, but I think you can download the first 5. Well, there's 3 games in the main series. But
yeah, I'm only interested in the main series.
Yeah, so I believe the first 2 you can definitely download for the PS4, like through the PlayStation Store.
PS4 now. Damn, Nick Thomas, I'm disappointed that you don't even got one already.
Yeah, and John Haponic said that in reference to the original series of God of War that it is an overrated series. His view, but I will say, John Haponic, my friend, please. Pick up this version of God of War 2018. It's a much different version. You will be satisfied. And if you're not satisfied, then you're just a big old hater. You know, I mean, if this was a DC property, you'd be all over it. Think about that. Well, and
DC games are good too.
They are.
Like the Batman Arkham series is very popular.
Yeah, the Arkham games, the Injustice games are fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of comics, we'll be talking about Marvel actually. The new Venom trailer just dropped. So Venom's coming out October 9th. Venom, it's going to be R-rated, and it's not part of the larger MCU. It's part of Sony's Spider-Verse. What do you think?
I'm interested. I'm very intrigued to see it. I think Tom Hardy is what Eddie Brock should have been.
Oh yeah.
Instead of Rick Foreman.
Topher Grace.
Yeah. But the Eddie Brock I knew was always like kind of diesel. It was always kind of big.
Oh yeah. He was like Brock Lesnar size in the comics. Yeah.
No, not Rick Foreman.
Right.
I think it's the way, because you actually in this trailer you actually see what Venom looks like.
Yeah.
It's what I expected.
Yeah. I think it's about the best.
Better than Spider-Man 3? I think anything's better than Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Spider-Man 3 was trash.
It was. but it was it was what I expected. I just hope like some new characters are introduced. I think we did report this one time, but I think Carnage is supposed to be the villain.
I heard that was like a rumor. Yeah, I think we did touch on it on the show like a couple months back.
I want to see Carnage.
I do too. Yeah, why not? Since you're,
it's the Venom property is rated R anyway, so shit. Why the hell not?
Yeah, and Venom and Carnage especially is an R-rated character, so you might as well go all out. Yeah. I did appreciate this trailer. I'm like, you know what? It's about what I expected. I'll say to your point that the Venom symbiote is much better looking.
Oh yeah,
like to the actual like rows of teeth and the tongue and everything. It's really cool. I mean with Tom Hardy, you can't go wrong. I'm hoping that Venom will be better than expected because I'm expecting something good, but not much more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the supervillain says Hardy will always be Bane. Can't have Venom without Spider-Man. Come on, guys. Dumb universe. I did hear a rumor that Tom Holland is actually going to be Spider-Man in this universe.
Nah, fortunately, no, because I think Marvel and Sony made it clear as part of their deal, like Tom Holland's Peter Parker is very much MCU, and the MCU is completely different than the Sony Spider-Verse.
Who do you think could actually play a Sonyverse Spider-Man?
I would say make it Miles Morales and make it
Me.
Nah.
Swear the shot.
I mean, it'll be a comedy for all the wrong reasons, but I would say who's a good young black actor like his early 20s or late teens?
Augie Smith, but I don't think he can play. I don't think he can play a half Puerto Rican one.
Yeah. Maybe there's some unknown looking for their big break. I don't know. I can't think of any names.
James Grande's getting into it. He said, "You know who will never be in a superhero movie? Roman Reigns."
Superman punch and all. That's true. That is true. But yeah, Venom comes out October 5th. Also stars Michelle Williams as well. And I'm looking forward to it.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So hopefully the Spider-Verse will turn out to be better than expected. And I mean, at least it's not going to be as bad as a DCEU. That we can say with confidence.
Michael B. Jordan, nah. Donald Glover, they're already in the MCU though.
Yeah. Donald Glover, he's in Homecoming.
Yeah.
And then we have another trailer that just dropped. The sequel to The Equalizer, The Equalizer 2, which stars Denzel Washington. And I didn't know this. This is actually Denzel Washington's first sequel. He's never starred in one before. Yeah, The Equalizer. I haven't seen the first one.
I never seen the first one either, but I'm trying to think of, there had to have been Ace. Denzel was never in a sequel?
Nah, he was never in a sequel.
Any word on the Sinister Six movie? That's a good question.
Yeah, I think that's been dead in the water.
They even think he shelved it.
Yeah, since Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, you know what? I'm sure Andrew Garfield has gotten better with his acting because he was in that movie.
He was in
the World War II movie.
Oh, Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you love that movie, right?
Yeah, he was terrific in that.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, shout out to Big Sister Sandy. She named her son Desmond after that character.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, right on. She must have loved that movie.
She did.
Okay.
Nick Towers straight up, fuck DC. He's trying to stop beefs now.
East Coast, West Coast beef.
Oh man.
It's like Suge Knight. It's like, hey, if you want to come to the studio where all the good comic book movies are at, come to the Marvel Studios, come to MCU.
Pretty much.
But yeah, The Equalizer 2, I saw the trailer. It looks like it'll be a fun time. It comes out July 20th. I haven't seen the first one, but I know that Antoine Fuqua directed that one as well as this one. And I think the first movie was like Denzel Washington was working at some Home Depot like hardware store, and he was like a undercover or retired CIA agent or something like that. I heard it was an average movie at best, but Denzel was really good in it, as he always is.
Yeah, dude, Man of Fire.
Oh yeah, Man on Fire was dope.
Good.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's good seeing Uncle Denzel still doing his thing. You know, I mean, he's one of the greatest actors of all time. So you know what?
Yeah, hands down.
Hands down. So I'll probably check it out with Movie Pass. You know, which is back to $9.95. So if you missed that $6.95 discount, that's still cool. $9.95 a month, you can see all the movies you want in theaters, one movie per day, except 3D screenings, and
Disney movies,
at least in the first 4 weeks.
Oh, okay, I knew.
Yeah.
I thought it was you could not at all see it. Didn't.
I know, only in the first 4 weeks you can't, but afterwards you can. And this is not a paid sponsorship. I'm just a fan.
You got stock.
Stock options.
I said it's less than WWE Network.
Hey, thank you, Grande. That's even better advertising. Movie Pass, 5 cents less than the WWE Network.
No, 4 cents. It's a steal.
4 cents actually. Yeah.
You said it's $9.99, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Taxes?
No taxes.
Oh.
Yeah. So it pays, man. It pays, and that's what made me see the acrimony, which is fun.
Shut up.
Hey, listen, I will say
No. You
You
knew, and I yelled at this before off air. I'm doing it right now.
Uh-huh.
You knew that you're not a Tyler Perry fan.
That's right.
You knew you was gonna hate that movie.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. You knew good and damn well that you was gonna hate on that movie. You purposely went to see that movie to hate on it for an hour.
An hour and a half. Well, listen.
Bruh, like, I couldn't even, like, listen to I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I got at least 5 minutes in, and I'm like, wasn't there a third movie you were supposed to review that on Victor's Corner last week?
No, it was just those
you did
two.
A Quiet Place, which I really appreciate. I still want to go see that.
Yeah, it's worth it. Absolutely.
From what I hear, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is it really? Well, you never watched The Office.
Nah.
So it's like, is it? But you saw clips, and I'm like, come on, is it real? I was like, how was it compared? Like, you're watching it, I'm like, dude, that's Jim from The Office.
Like, when you watch it, it's not gonna. You won't think of him as
think
Jim. No, you won't think of Jim from The Office. But yeah, like, you know, I will say this about acrimony. Like I said in Victor's Corner last week, that I mean, you can take away the Medea movies. The Medea movies are unwatchable, unfunny, but I think Tyler Perry is a secret genius when it comes to the unintentional comedy. Like, his non-Medea dramas are some of the funniest movies you'll ever see.
It's just not for you. He has his fan base, and he
Absolutely.
sticks with his fan base. They're not for you. It's like you saying, I'm going to spend $10 on a Soulja Boy CD just to hate on it.
That's $10 too much money for a Soulja Boy. But listen.
There you go.
Listen.
You know, you basically did that.
No.
That's exactly what you did. You knew you was going to hate on it. You knew you wasn't going to like it. So why bother waste your time? Why don't you just actually go see something that you actually enjoyed? Like, I was actually intrigued by your review of, what was it, Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah.
Even though I just pissed you off and said that movie is basically about a How to Catch a Predator couple.
It is not. It is not.
What's the love story about?
It's about a 24-year-old man and a 17-year-old guy in Italy, which has very different laws. And it wasn't predatory. The guy wasn't a predator like, oh, I'm gonna hunt this young meat. Nah. He wasn't like that. It was a mature, keyword, mature relationship, as in mentally, emotionally mature. It wasn't on some perverted R. Kelly shit like you're trying to say it is. It is not. Call Me By Your Name is not that kind of movie. Come on, man. Don't look at me like that. You old simplistic ass motherfucker.
But you know I'm right, though.
No.
Yeah,
no, come on, man.
It's a How to Catch.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It isn't. But
right, looking at the picture on the Facebook.
But yeah, man. I mean, I will say like Acrimony. It's one of if you ever have a bad movie night and invite your friends over, have drinks and food going, you'll have a good time. I had fun watching it.
No,
I really did have
if
fun.
I'm gonna have a bad movie night, I'm literally gonna. I already told you what I was gonna watch.
The Star Wars prequels
And Fantastic Four.
That's miserable. That's misery. With Acrimony, you'll have fun.
I can do it.
All right.
And see if I turn into Eric Hillman. I'm gonna sit in solitude, watch those movies, and see if I just come out with dreads at the side of my head, talk about, is this your king?
Is this your movie? Oh my gosh. But yeah.
Hey, auntie.
Oh man, speaking of which, I cannot wait. I think it's let me check my calendar actually, because Black Panther is coming out soon on Blu-ray, and I believe it's coming out
in June.
Oh no, it's coming out. I believe it's May 15th.
That soon?
Yeah, and it's coming out in the Best Buy Steelbook exclusive. Oh yes, I am buying that. Oh yes, the Vibranium edition. That's what I call it. You know.
Damn, if they're gonna call it that, I may have to buy that too.
Yo,
and then I just stop buying, and then I'll just buy like all the other MCU movies on Blu-ray used.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But Black Panther,
I want to collect those.
Oh yeah, well yeah, definitely.
I collect enough shit as it is. Why not keep going?
Yeah, why not? But yeah, Black Panther and Steelbook. Oh, I'm gonna be all over that, all over the Instagram too. But yeah, that does it for the trailers. For the next two headlines, unfortunately, we do have some sad news to report. First one,
third one that you didn't put on the docket, but when we get to these,
yeah, you can write it down in case but yeah, the first sad news is the passing of the legendary Bruno Sammartino, who the legendary WWE Hall of Famer who passed away last Wednesday at the age of 82. He was a two-time WWF World Heavyweight Champion, and he held the title for more than 11 years across two reigns for a total of 4,040 days. His record will never be beaten. His first title reign was from 1963 to 1971 when he defeated the inaugural WWF champion, Nature Boy Buddy Rogers. And his second reign ran from 1973 to 1977 when he won the title from Stan Stasiak. He also sold out the Madison Square Garden for a total of 187 times during his prime in the 70s. Sammartino, in addition to his accomplishments, he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2013, thanks primarily to the efforts of Triple H. Prior to his induction, Sammartino was an outspoken critic of WWE's direction, taking issue with steroid use and vulgar storylines. Last night's episode of Monday Night Raw opened with a 10-bell salute to Sammartino, along with a cool tribute video.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. And I love the fact that they actually went old school with it, with the 10-bell salute. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's right. Can't remember.
You know, I think the only time that they would really do it is if they were on the roster.
Yeah.
At the time of their death, then they would do it.
Yeah.
But I think WWE really needs to get back to doing that.
Yeah, I believe they did it with the Ultimate Warrior when he'd passed, like the next following week on Raw.
Did they?
I think so. Yeah,
I have to go back
remember.
and look.
But yeah, that was a great tribute package, and Sammartino, man, I remember for the longest time, like he refused to go into the WWE Hall of Fame, and Triple H, like if it wasn't for him, he still wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
He would. Yeah, he refused to for one because that's for the same reasons that everybody says that it's not really credible because they don't have a building that you can go to.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I still don't understand why I remember that they was looking into doing that. I don't know what happened with it.
Yeah,
but they really do need to step up because they have all that memorabilia in that warehouse. Yeah,
they do.
They have it all.
Absolutely. And I was looking at Sammartino's background, and like his life story could be an actual feature film, not just a documentary. Like
I would love I would pay good money to see that.
Yeah, like how
even if I had Movie Pass, I would pay top dollar to see that.
Oh, absolutely.
If done right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I would love to see how as a child how his family hid from the Nazis,
yeah.
How he was bullied as a child growing up, how he got into strongman competitions and wrestling. Like that's a hell of a story.
Watch his episode of Legends with JBL.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had it. I never seen that interview he did with him.
Oh, WWE pissed me off by canceling that show.
Yeah, that was a good
Because
show.
I love hearing stories from the OGs. That's why I
Yeah.
always say that the Hall of Fame is my favorite part of WrestleMania weekend. Mm-hmm. Then there's NXT.
Yeah.
In the main show, but still, like the WWE was the Hall of Fame has always been because I just enjoy listening to just OG stories from the OGs.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'll definitely check out that interview.
No, definitely do that.
Yeah. But yeah, Bruno Sammartino, man, one of the great legends in wrestling, man.
Yeah, Bruno Mars was named after him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his father named Bruno. He always called him Bruno growing up because I guess he kind of looked like him as a baby.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Bruno Mars was named after Bruno Sammartino.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
His stage name.
Oh, right on. Hey, that shows you how influential the guy was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, 82 years, man. Formerly living legend, and, never be forgotten, man. R.I.P. Then the second passing, unfortunately, was Verne Troyer, who died Saturday at the age of 49. He was best known for playing Mini-Me in the Austin Powers movies. Oh, yeah. Yep. A statement released by the actor's family suggests that he was depressed and may have taken his own life, unfortunately. Troyer also played roles in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Men in Black, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
He was in Men in Black?
It says he was. I don't remember him being in it, though.
I was watching that like not too long ago.
Were there any little people in that movie? Or little people characters?
They were called the Worms, but they were definitely CGI.
Maybe he was one of those. I don't know, but yeah, that's also quite sad, man.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like Mini-Me, like those Austin Powers movies. Like I've only seen the first two. I've never seen Goldmember, but he was hilarious in those.
Yeah. Yeah. So also Swedish songwriter and DJ and producer Avicii passed away this past week.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they didn't release like how he died yet, but yeah, he was only 28.
Oh man, that's way too soon. Way too soon.
Yeah, like that actually shocked me. I think I saw it. I saw it on Instagram. I forgot who posted it up, but what's that? Oh, Party Nerds. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I looked. I'm like, wait, what the hell? And of course, I Googled it and looked up.
Kevin Lima mentions Paul Jones. He was a former wrestler as well.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, man. That's it's quite unfortunate. But I will say that at least so far, 2018 was nothing like 2016.
That shit was awful.
Man, F that year.
Ugh.
Straight up. So we got some other headlines,
Lighter news.
some other later news here.
Oh, Jesus.
We got Taron Edgerton, who's best known for starring in the Kingsman movies. He's set to play Elton John in the upcoming Elton John biopic Rocket Man.
I can see it. Yeah. Look-wise, and he's British, so I mean...
Yeah, he could pull it off, young Elton. Director Dexter Fletcher will be directing from a script written by Lee Hall, and Matthew Vaughn will be producing. Edgerton describes the film as a musical fantasy about the early years of Elton John, and the filming begins this summer. Meanwhile, Elton John is gearing up for his farewell tour, beginning this September and concluding in 2021. Also, Dexter Fletcher will be directing the Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody, replacing Bryan Singer.
Have you seen... I know it's like kind of off-subject, but have you seen what's his name? Sam Raimi? Did you see the pictures when they were comparing how he looks in the movie to Freddie Mercury?
Oh, Rami Malek?
Rami Malek, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Look, spitting image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, the mustache, the white jeans, everything. Yeah, I'm curious about that movie too. Yeah. I think you're reading a headline here.
Yeah, Kevin Lima. Shout outs to Kevin Lima. He posted it up. And he says, "It is with great sadness that we learned this afternoon of the passing of Paul Jones. He was a part of our childhood, growing up watching Mid-Atlantic wrestling, and had become our friend. We send our condolences to his son, Paul Jr., and all of Paul's friends and family. Rest in peace." This is sad as fuck. Man, damn.
Dang, man. Now, you familiar with Paul Jones?
I would have to look him up.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Kyle Chapman also chimed in. Is the Netflix God of War series really starting, or was that fake news?
I did hear something about that.
What was that? Oh, I heard a car screeching outside.
Well, yeah, no, your car won't get hit.
Nah. I've never heard of a God of War series. I don't know. That sounds like a rumor, or sounds like a manufactured headline. But if there is a God of War series, I'd be curious about it. And yes,
I've been accused of child molestation.
yeah, that's why Bryan Singer was taken off the directing the Freddie Mercury biopic
My goodness.
because of the child molestation allegations. I want to stress
damn.
allegations, but because of that, he had to be removed. Some other news here. Steven Spielberg. He's going to be directing a DC Comics film, Black Hawk. John Haponic somewhere is jumping for joy. This will be Spielberg's first ever superhero film. Screenwriter David Coep will adapt the script from the World War II comic, which follows the titular character as he leads the elite Black Hawk Squadron into battle against the Nazis and the Axis powers. Black Hawk was a very popular comic in the early 40s, and it even outsold every other comic book at the time, except for Superman. Coop has previously worked with Spielberg on films such as Jurassic Park, The Lost World, War of the Worlds, and Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So Spielberg's first ever superhero film and a DC property at that. What do you think?
Well, time to start the countdown.
Countdown?
Yeah, how long he lasts as a DC EU director?
Well, I don't think this is part of the larger DC EU. It's just another DC Comics property.
Probably still won't last.
Well, like he'll be replaced in the director's chair.
Yeah, he'll probably just quit.
Quit.
Like, I can't take this shit no more.
Yeah, like I'm not familiar with Black Hawk at all, but I mean, with Spielberg at the helm, you can't go wrong. And you know, Spielberg does have experience with World War II era films like Saving Private Ryan, Empire of the Sun. So I'd be very curious to see how he goes about a comic book property, and hopefully, maybe this will be an actual great DC film that we can point to besides Wonder Woman.
Still don't even consider Wonder Woman great.
Oh, come on, man.
I thought it was good.
I'll take that. I'll take.
I didn't hate it. No, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate Wonder Woman at all. Just thought it was good.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
Until, like I pointed out, they ran out of money at the end, where Harris just looked entirely too fake. excuse me, Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree that the Wonder Woman's that action scene did turn into a big light show at the end, and with questionable CGI here and there, but I thought it still worked. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what Spielberg will produce with this Black Hawk film. I wonder who's going to star in it. I find it interesting though that Spielberg is directing a DC Comics film, considering that he did say a couple months back that he is concerned about how superhero movies are putting legit cinema in jeopardy, where it's like all the smaller budget films or mid budget films end up on Netflix or streaming. I do share his concern in that, because it's like, you know, Netflix puts out so much stuff that a lot of movies just get ignored or under the radar.
Yeah, but Netflix is like huge now. Netflix is bigger than like Warner Brothers now.
Really?
Yeah, that shit's been blowing up my IG, my Twitter like all weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I'll post up there. I'll post the articles.
Okay. Yeah. John says that we're out of our minds. I think he's referring to my comments about the Wonder Woman fight scene at the end.
I'm out of my
But I will say, like, it was definitely nowhere near as terrible as Justice League. Let's leave it at that. Some other unfortunate news on the cancellation front. Starz has canceled Ash vs. Evil Dead after 3 seasons. The series will come to an end on Sunday, April 29th. The star Bruce Campbell has said that the show will go out with a bang.
I never watched it, nor do I even know anybody who has.
Yeah, me neither. But have you seen the original Evil Dead movies? You know, he has a chainsaw for a hand in the second one, in the third one.
I don't think so.
They're fun.
I think I came across it, but I think I never really sat down and watched it.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun like horror comedy movies. Like there's Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. Army of Darkness, it's not perfect, but it's still fun. Those are perfect movies I recommend watching with your girlfriend and her daughter. So it's a fun family friendly. No.
My girl was scared of everything.
Yeah, Chainsaw Hand, man. Who can't say no? Who can say no to a Chainsaw Hand?
She will. She would not watch the Stranger Things trailer. She watched it, but she did not like. She won't watch Stranger Things.
Really?
Yeah, but Jazzy will.
Okay.
We showed her the trailer, and I'm like, watch her, watch. I'm like, watch. She'll watch it, and she'll be all right. And she just watched the trailer, and she just looked at it like, what is that?
Yeah, Stranger Things is awesome.
It is.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, hey, 3 seasons. I am curious about the show. I hear that it's pretty good.
Is it on Netflix?
No, it's on Stars.
Oh, okay.
So I think it might be on Hulu. I could be wrong, but because I know Hulu has a couple of Star shows, but I'll check it out eventually. And next headline here. Oh Jesus! A Fast and Furious cartoon is in development for Netflix.
Milking the shit out of that franchise.
Okay, so here's the scoop, people. DreamWorks Animation is working on the animated series, which is based on the live-action cartoons that comprise the film series Fast and Furious. And here's the synopsis for the film, for the animated series rather. So the synopsis reads, quote, "Teenager Tony Toretto follows in the footsteps of his cousin Dom when he and his friends are recruited by a government agency to infiltrate an elite racing league serving as a front for a nefarious crime organization bent on world domination." This sounds dumb as fuck. Unquote.
That was too much.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it? They could just simplify that, and it could be Tony Toretto following Dom's footsteps and becoming like king of the street racing world.
Yeah. That's all you really need.
They just went that like they had something basic that can work, and they just went completely left field.
Yeah, like
They just blew it the fuck up, and I'm just like, there was no need for all that.
There really wasn't, and it's like, because I'm thinking about like the direction of Fast and Furious. Like it first started as just like street racers,
right?
And some criminals,
and then it grew into heist movies and stuff and all that. And the series could have done that.
Yeah,
it could have grew within time, but it's like all just. Boom, government agency. I'm like, he's just a fucking teenager.
Yeah. He just drives cars in LA.
He just got his pubes yesterday. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. And really, it's like, really another Toretto. Really, do we really need to have another Toretto for this?
I mean, something like that would, like, what I basically said would work. The best way that would work, though, is if the movie franchise actually finally comes to an end. Mm-hmm. Or if not, if it's close to an end, like we're finally, if the 10th one is the final one, we'll start the cartoon as basic as hell as it was, and then bring that character into the big screen.
Yeah.
Then actually introducing him as Dom's cousin who rolls in with the crew.
Yeah.
Simpler concepts that can work, but they just wanted to be extra. For
real. Grande says that this sounds like a concept written by an 8th grader experimenting with drugs for the first time.
Used to be fun, man. You started smoking weed, man.
Oh my gosh. Eddie says that I'm surprised it wasn't about Dom and Brian's kids following in their footsteps.
That's a better concept.
But then again, if that were the case, then that would mean like Final Fantasy. Like Fast and Furious, like 9 and 10 would be prequels, right? Because they take place in the present day technically. And if you're talking about their kids, they would grow up and they'll be like 20 in the year 2030, 2035. Yeah. So it's like, or how about this? Here's a better concept. Why not have a Fast and Furious animated series, kids edition, like Muppet Babies, and they like drive their big wheels across the neighborhood with NOS? Why not? They might as well.
They might as well do it, but it's like, nah, don't.
Big wheels with nitrous oxide, like they just like turn the knob and all of a sudden, vroom, right across the schoolyard. I just. You know, if we were legitimate screenwriters and if we came up with that concept, we'd be making money hand over fist right now.
Yeah,
that's sad. But
he's a sidekick animal in that series that can talk.
Oh yeah, like a talking dog or something. Oh my gosh. But yeah, a release date for this Netflix Fast and Furious animated series has yet to be announced.
There's still time for that to be trashed.
Yeah.
There's still time.
Hey, you know what? I have an idea. Why not have an animated series with Tyrese and Ludacris's characters? They can do the voiceovers. Boom.
That would be like, no.
And Tyrese would be a meme machine. What more do you want from me? Me. Oh man, I still play that from time to time. It still cracks me up.
I haven't played it in a while.
Oh my gosh, Baltimore club scene.
Listen, as somebody who's experienced there, I don't even think you can handle it.
I could totally handle the Be-More club scene.
No, listen,
that go-go music, I could totally do it.
Go-go, listen. Well, first of all, you will get mad. People will get mad at you over that. Go-go is the D.C. area. So you're talking PG County, D.C., Northern Virginia.
Okay, my mistake.
That's DMV area, like that southern part. Mm-hmm. Baltimore club music is Baltimore club music. Mm-hmm. And trust me, I have made this mistake before. Mm-hmm. You will get yelled at. Baltimore people, they love them some club music. Mm. They love it. My time when I lived down there, I wasn't a fan of either, honest with you. Mm-hmm. Go-go actually kind of grew. I grew to like. There's actually one Baltimore club music song that I do play at parties. Mm-hmm. It's simply called "Watch Out for the Big Girl."
Okay. And
that's literally the lyrics to the whole entire song.
Wow, that's profound.
Watch out for the big girl. What? And let me tell you something. Big girls love that shit.
I bet they do.
That is their anthem, and you can't tell a big girl shit when that song comes on, and they will tear that dance floor up. You gotta experience it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lifetime experience right there.
Like, fuck no, bro. They gonna tell you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Some other news here.
I can't wait to listen back to this.
Some other news here in the unnecessary sequels department. Triple X 4 has been announced. So two production companies, the H Collective and Vin Diesel's One Race Films, have acquired rights from Revolution Studios to the Triple X franchise, and they plan to shoot the fourth film, Triple X Part 4, this December. And director DJ Caruso will helm the fourth film in the franchise. So all you popcorn-munching, mouth-breathing fans, rejoice! You're getting Triple X 4.
I didn't even see the third one.
I don't think there's a need to.
I heard it pretty much flopped.
Yeah, I heard that Ice Cube was in it too at the very end.
I can't even tell you.
Nah, I don't know. Spoiler alert.
Virginia says Fast and Furious Kids Edition is a perfect idea. Brian is an undercover hall monitor trying to bust Dom in his ring of lunch money thieves.
That's a money idea, yo. That is a money concept. I swear, yo, we should just write these scripts. Just like write some bullshit script, send it to Hollywood, and get paid, son. For real.
Oh man.
Tearing down the hallways in his big wheel.
Oh, man. F. Gary Gray to direct Mask film adaptation for Paramount.
Oh, Mask?
Mask, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you said Masked.
Did I?
Yeah.
Probably because I'm still laughing.
Yeah, so F. Gary Gray, who directed Straight Outta Compton and last year's Fate of the Furious, is directing the film adaptation of Mask, M-A-S-K, the 80s franchise from Kenner. It stands for Mobile Armored Strike Command. And he's teaming up with Hasbro to bring this to the big screen. And for those who aren't familiar, Mask is a task force led by the character Matt Tracker, whose goal is to take out the criminal organization Venom. I've heard of Mask. I remember it when I was a kid, but I've never watched like more than 2 episodes. It was like one of those like knockoff series that was popular only because it was based on a series of action figures, and that's why the cartoon was made.
Yeah,
that's all I really remember.
If they're gonna remake something from the '80s, I want to see the Last American Hero. See, they put like a metal version of "Believe It or Not, I'm Walking."
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I won't be surprised if that's like in the production.
I swear, I will not be, and it will be just as bad as that remake of a MacGyver series.
Oh my gosh. F. Gary Gray is also currently directing the Men in Black reboot, which comes out May 2019.
Did you say Chris Hemsworth was like interested in that?
Yeah, I think he's going to star in it as a new hero. So it's not going to be like Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. They're going to be brand new characters.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like I have a soft spot for the first 2 Men in Blacks.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one, which I enjoyed.
Second one you enjoyed too.
Okay. Well, Michael Jackson was in a cameo in that.
Yeah,
one,
he
right?
did. Yeah, he was. I can be Agent M.
Yes, you can, Michael. Yes, you can. Some other. Oh yeah, Eddie says Mask was a bootleg GI Joe.
Pretty much, from what it sounds like.
That's a good way of putting it.
That's probably the exact way of putting it.
Yeah. Some other news here. X-Men Dark Phoenix will be Fox's final X-Men film until Marvel Studios takes over.
Sweet effing Jesus.
Yes, Dark Phoenix is scheduled to arrive in theaters next year on Valentine's Day, February 14th. And MCU executive producer Kevin Feige says that Fox's characters, which includes X-Men and Fantastic Four, they will not join the MCU for a handful of years until the Disney-Fox merger is done. So realistically, we may not see the X-Men or the Fantastic Four integrated into the MCU until like maybe 2022, 2023 or so, like in the next like 5, 6 years minimum at best, because they're already planning out the next phase post Avengers 4 with Spider-Man Homecoming 2 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
No, 3,
yeah 3, and the Black Widow movie. So
and then they still have those like unnamed titles.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Finally, we will get Fantastic Four done right, man.
Oh my god! Just imagine like they was in the pre. Like, oh my god, I'm so super.
Yes.
It was in the post credit scene. Yeah, I will scream. I will scream.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, man, I can't wait for Infinity War, man.
Oh god. This is 10 years in the making.
It is 10 years in the making. Yeah, and John, and you know, I will say this: John's pretending to be a hater. You know,
he likes it.
Deep down, I know John is looking forward to it, probably more than us.
He has the title of the supervillain, so now he has to and he owns it.
He does. He owns it,
so he's got to stick with it.
But I can say that John he's looking forward to this movie even more than us, which is considerable. I'd say so. He doesn't want to admit it, but we know the truth. Some quick video game news here. Valve purchases the Campo Santo studio. Valve is a studio behind games such as Half-Life, Portal, Left 4 Dead, and of course the Steam platform where you can buy games on the cheap. Steam has purchased the Campo Santo studio, who are best known for developers of the game Firewatch, which came out in 2015. Campo Santo's next game will be In the Valley of Gods, which looks really interesting. Okay. And this is Valve's sort of return back to developing games. So, you know what? I'm actually quite intrigued. I haven't played Firewatch, but I heard that it was really, really good. I know it's on the PS4. I think it's like $25, I want to say.
Okay.
Around that. But I'll check that out eventually once I get through God of War. But with Valve, I will say that I've given this up a long time ago. We will never, ever, ever see Half-Life 3. That will never happen. Because Half-Life 2 came out 10 years ago, and people have been begging for a sequel since then.
What's that game that you was begging for?
It
and
ain't
you just
happening.
got disappointed. It finally came out.
Oh, The Last Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. Nah, I saw that. I'm like, okay.
He was burnt out from waiting.
That and the review said that it wasn't so hot anyway. Yeah. But yeah, that's that. And speaking of Netflix, there are some new details on the upcoming Witcher Netflix series. Writer and executive producer Lauren S. Hissrich, who also worked on The Defenders and Daredevil Season 2, she tweeted last Friday that the upcoming adaptation of the Witcher series will feature 8 episodes and will be shot on location in Eastern Europe. And so far, only the pilot episode has been written, but she'll be hiring other writers to aid in writing the remaining 7 episodes. Other characters that will feature in the Witcher TV series will include Yennefer of Vengerberg, Triss Merigold, Ciri, Regis the Vampire, Emperor Emir Van Emeris, and Dandelion, who will be called by its original name in the novels Jaskier. And the series is scheduled to debut on Netflix in 2020.
Yeah, they're trying to get their like Game of Thrones, and
Yeah.
it's like Netflix wants their version of Game of Thrones.
Absolutely. And you said you still haven't played The Witcher 3?
No.
Yo, if you played The Witcher 3, like it instantly reminds you of Game of Thrones.
Listen, I got I got God of War, The Last of Us,
Yeah.
Bloodborne, then Detroit Become Human.
Yep.
Then
Yeah, I will say this: The Witcher is a commitment, but it's a commitment worth seeing through to the end. Because, damn, that is a great, great game. And like the storytelling is on that Game of Thrones level. It really is.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, and plus it helps that it's based on the novels too. So, I'm looking forward to this. You know, it sounds like they're on the right track so far. I'm very curious to see who they will cast as Geralt of Rivia, as well as Ciri and Triss and Yennefer. It's cool that they're shooting on location in Eastern Europe because that's where the setting, not in Eastern Europe, but in an Eastern European-like setting in the medieval ages. That's where the game takes place. So,
Which is what they're doing for Game of what was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like what they're doing with Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So, hey, this might be so the Witcher series just might be our new thing, our new meal to latch onto after Game of Thrones season 8 comes to an end next year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Ready to go into question of the week?
Yes. Let's get into
All right.
it.
This was actually a good one. And then there's actually a Facebook post on social media that I did put up, and it got such good responses that I have to read it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so first of all, let's go into the last official question of the week was, what is the story behind your gamer tag?
Okay.
I think you said V Knowledge was like your...
Oh, a nickname that I came up with in high school.
Okay, and then Young Byrd, I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, so Young Hove, Young Byrd, 10/27, that's my last name, that's my birthday, so. All right, so, yeah. Mike Asimaz, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. His name is Some Squirrels. You got how you died by some squirrels.
Okay.
With like you got however you died, like you got stabbed in the throat
Oh.
by some squirrels.
Like a mocking shame thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Nick Lowry says my login is Prince20. Came from a friend who used to call me Prince when the Chappelle Show skit was fresh. And I was going to put 420, but decided just to put 20.
Game. Blouses.
I hope he says that every time he wins something. Tim Gilbert was 2.2 slow. My car at the time was a 2.2 liter Chevy Cobalt and was slow as fuck.
Nice. Right on.
Nick Quattrini, big shout outs to him, said, mine is because I love Metal Gear series, so I took the name Solid Snake and added X89 at the end, which is the year he was born.
Okay.
All right. On our Instagram, Good friend of the show, Random Ramblings with Rob, said on X Rob, it's B Rob Serious. I choose it because I'm any but serious. Mm-hmm. And on PlayStation Network, it's it's LA Rep 337. I'm from Louisiana, and 337 is my area code.
Nice.
All right. Bad Lad the comic is B plus L plus. Plus equals add. Mm-hmm. So B add. Mm-hmm. L add equals Bad Lad.
Nice. Clever.
Yeah, that's very clever. Trill Beast Wood says, okay, Xboxes, it's on Xboxes. Trill Beastwood, based on his favorite actor, Clint Eastwood.
Nice.
That's very creative. Put You On Roof says, chilling on the roof. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. That's what we put.
Right.
And Just a Concussion was my roller derby name, so I used it for gaming.
Cool. Very
All
nice.
Right. So, this is actually the last post on Instagram. It was the last 2 games you played have fused into one game. Mm-hmm. How well did it turn out? So on Instagram, Random Ramblings with Rob said, pretty good, I think. Fortnite and Dead Rising, I could build wacky forts to keep the zombies away.
Nice, right on.
Don Kelly 923, Don Kelly, he was on the episode with Splash Page Comics.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he can draw his ass off, by the way. He said Overwatch and Destiny, I can dig that.
Right on.
So for the so on Facebook, John Gray says Sea of Thieves and Overwatch, it could work. Dorian Marquise Johnson says Grand Theft Monster Hunter World.
I like that.
Jeremy Evans says Dragon Ball Hunter World, so basically Xenoverse. Mm-hmm. Eric Silva says PUBG and Madden. That would be interesting.
Battle Royale football.
You know what that basically is? Muckle.
Muckle?
Yeah, it was basically like, it was football, but like, at a way you had a football, and it was every man for himself. You just toss it in the air, you catch it, you had to run and score a touchdown, then you had to run all the way up, all the way to the other side, score another touchdown. You had to pretty much go back and forth while people like tried to tackle you and try to grab the ball, and if they grabbed the ball, they had to do the same thing.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right. Tony Sedani says Breath of the Wild and Rocket League. Jason Perry said Resident Evil Left 4 Dead Revelations 2.
AKA zombie game.
Yeah. Former host of the show, Aris, said God of Monster Hunter. I would play that. I would. God of War and Monster Hunter. Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, I would too.
Tim Gilbert says WWE and MLB The Show. Roman Reigns will still get booed in baseball.
Oh, true.
Kyle Chapman says God of PUBG.
Oh, yeah, right on.
And Marvin Tanner says Madden Fantasy.
Okay.
And Kyle like commented Final Madden.
Final Madden. Okay.
So yeah. That's it. So this week's question of the week is, since Infinity Wars comes out this week, I have to pretty much put this question up pretty much like right now. Who do you predict is gonna die in Infinity Wars?
I like this question. Who will die? I'm gonna go with Captain America, Vision, and Batista, Drax. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense because Drax's character has been hell bent on getting revenge on Thanos.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way he should go out.
Eddie Ortiz says Grand Theft Dragon Ball, and Nick Thomas says Gears of War and Shadow of War. He said, man, that would be lit.
Yeah. Shadow Gears of War. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it.
My prediction, they gotta start off small and go with Nebula.
Okay.
And for a major character, I would have to agree and say Vision.
Yeah.
Remember, he possesses one of the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, I think it's not the mind. Is it the mind or the soul gem? I think
I think Soul Gem's red.
So okay. I think it's the mind stone that he
Yeah.
possesses. Yeah, he pretty much exists just so Thanos can rip that out of his forehead.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, Nebula I could see as well.
Yeah, I think she ends up dying anyway, like in the comics. So, like, why not? She does die in the Guardians Telltale games. So. Vision definitely dead. I'm leaning towards Iron Man. I'm hearing that too, but then I'm hearing that like Tony Stark is gonna be the one because after a while, because pretty soon Stan Lee's gonna stop doing cameos. So it's gonna be Tony Stark gonna be the one to do the cameos in every Marvel movie.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing.
Like I don't see Tony Stark dying in this one. I see him checking out in part 4. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, Captain America. I don't see that quite yet.
I don't know.
Not in this one. For the major characters are going out for hands down.
Yeah. I don't know, because like if you remember in that one scene in the trailer where Thanos is squaring up against Captain America, and Captain America's like trying to hold his fist back. I don't know, man, but I do predict we'll definitely hear some sniffling in the audience. So people are gonna cry.
Yeah. Ah, God, I can't wait.
Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm gonna be there first thing in the morning. I'm gonna get the earliest screening possible. Yeah.
You spoil this shit, I'm punching you in the throat. If you spoil anybody who spoils this before the podcast comes out, you deserve to get throat punched.
Very
As a matter of
true.
fact, at Toy Vault, they have a sign in the store saying whatever movie's coming out, like whatever big nerd movie was coming out, like the last one I saw that they had was Ready Player One. They say if you manage to spoil something, you will be asked to leave.
Yeah. Hey,
And the sign literally says, "Don't be that guy."
exactly. I agree. Toy Vault, good on you. Don't be that guy.
So yeah, that'll be on our social medias like real soon, real soon.
Yep.
You can find us on iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Play, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
That's about it. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes as well. You can email us at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com. Anything that you want to say, your thoughts on God of War, the question of the week, anything, just hit us up. Let us know what you're thinking.
Absolutely. And also tune in next week because we're going to be going all in on Avengers Infinity War. Like I said, my body is ready for Friday. I can't wait. And I'm pretty sure John Haponic will come through with his email review, as
definitely.
always. But yeah, we may or may not we may or may not have some guests joining us next week to talk about Infinity War.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We're leaning towards that.
Yeah.
It's looking good as of right now, but you'll be surprised when they show up.
Oh yeah. So fingers crossed. But in the meantime, 3 days away. Can't wait for that. Also, we might touch on the greatest Royal Rumble if we can get through all 5 hours and Roman Reigns winning. So with that, we will catch you on the flip. Peace out, nerds.
Later.
Roman Reigns is not the guy.
Jesus. Leave it alone.